Hello, my dear students. In today's class, we are going to discuss the most important part of organic chemistry, that is geometrical isomerism in alkenes. Geometrical isomerism in alkenes. This is the isomerism mostly exhibited by alkenes in the case of stereoisomerism or spatial isomerism. Apart from that conformational isomerism and optical isomerism, this is the geometrical isomerism which is mostly exhibited by alkenes. What are the conditions to be satisfied by a compound in order to exhibit geometrical isomerism? So, requirements, let us study. What are the requirements to exhibit geometrical isomerism? First condition, the compound, that means organic compound, must contain C double bond C. C double bond C. C double bond C is nothing but alkene. First condition. When it is C double bond C, the other two valencies are sigma bonds, and these two carbons will be sp2 carbons. That is the first one you have to note. The second one, second requirement, second condition to be fulfilled by the compound in order to exhibit a geometrical isomerism. sp2 carbon must carry two different grooves. Other sp2 carbon should also carry the same two different grooves. Same two different grooves. Then only the compound can exhibit geometrical isomerism. If one of the two sp2 carbons carry the same two grooves, then that compound does not exhibit geometrical isomerism. This is the condition. The two sp2 carbons must carry two different grooves. The two different grooves carried by one sp2 carbon, if the same two different grooves are carried by the other sp2 carbon also, then definitely geometrical isomerism will be exhibited. If at all one of the two sp2 carbons carries two same grooves, then there will be no geometrical isomerism. So this is the conditions, requirements to be fulfilled by alkene. Now let us know something about the presence of the pi bond along with the sigma bond. In the case of alkane, the sigma bond is present in between two carbons. and there will be 3 other groups carried by both the carbons. Free rotation is possible here. Free rotation about the sigma bond axis is possible. And thereby you can see the relative arrangements of the atoms of one group with respect to the atoms of the groups on the other carbon. That leads to conformational isomerism. That leads to conformational isomerism. Conformational isomerism is important in the case of alkanes. Okay? But whenever a pi bond is present in between the 2 carbons, free rotation about the sigma bond axis is completely restricted. How can you say? Now let us take an example. This is the photo which is hanged to the wall, supported by a nail. This is the ring carrying the photo. Basing on this nail and ring, this photo can be rotated around this ring freely. That is just like CC sigma bond rotation. Suppose another ring is attached here and another nail is penetrated into the wall, then this free rotation is not possible. Free rotation is completely restricted. So the photo must be fixed. It will not be it will be swinging here and there. It cannot be rotated. Rather better. So as the second nail is functioning, which is completely restricting the rotation of the photo around this nail, so also this pi bond is functioning here. Free rotation about the sigma bond axis is completely restricted due to the presence of the pi bond. Then there will not be several arrangements of the atoms around the carbon, just like in conformational isomerism. The spatial arrangement of the groups around the 2 sp2 carbons is completely fixed in 2 types. In what we can see here, this is C double bond C. These are 2 valences like this. This is the C double bond C plane. This is the plane. C double bond C plane. Here it is carrying 2 groups like A and B. This is also carrying 2 groups like A and B. That means it is having CAB double bond CAB. This sp2 carbon is carrying 2 different groups. The same 2 different groups are also carried by the other sp2 carbon, and therefore the conditions are completely fulfilled, and so there is every possibility for this compound to exhibit geometrical isomerism. And here you have to check the spatial arrangements. Completely fixed. The groups cannot be rotated like this. This is the sigma bond axis. This is what you call, pi bond axis, C double bond C axis. This is the axis. Around this axis, one of the carbons cannot be rotated. The spatial arrangements are completely fixed. And there will be 2 types of arrangements in this case, C double bond C, one here, A, B, and one more, B, A. There are only 2 types of arrangements. This is the plane, C double bond C plane here, this is the plane or axis. And towards this plane, the similar groups are lying on opposite sides. And here, the similar groups are lying on the same sides. If the similar groups are lying on the same side, it is called cis. If the similar groups are lying on the opposite side, it is called trans. And that is why geometrical isomerism is also called cis-trans isomerism. Other name given to it is cis-trans isomerism. So this is the way. So CAB, AB, and this is the cis arrangement, cis alkene, and this is the trans alkene, because alkene must be there. This is trans alkene and cis alkene. 2 types of isomers will be present there. There is no more spatial arrangement. This is the way of spatial arrangements whenever ene is present and the 2 sp2 carbons are carrying different groups. Okay. Now, let us take the examples for this. Please note it. Now let us consider examples. In the case of alkenes, first compound is ethylene, CH2, double bond CH2. Second compound is propene or propylene, CH3, CH, double bond CH2. Out of these two, which can exhibit geometrical isomerism? Let us check here. C double bond C, this carbon is carrying two groups H, the other carbon is also carrying two hydrogens. If one of the two sp2 carbons is carrying the same two groups, that does not exhibit geometrical isomerism. This carbon is carrying same groups, this carbon is also carrying same groups, and so this does not exhibit geometrical isomerism, no geometrical isomerism at all. In the case of propylene, if you analyze CH3, C double bond C, H here, H here, H here. Out of the two sp2 carbons, if you take this sp2 carbon, this sp2 carbon is carrying two different groups, one is CH3, other one is H, okay. The second sp2 carbon, if you take here, this carbon is carrying two same groups, and so this also cannot exhibit geometrical isomerism. Now we can take butane. One simple question to you, write the structural isomers of butane, which of them exhibits geometrical isomerism. Why? This is the question given to you. Butane, you have to take. Butane formula C4H10, H8, because general formula is CnH2n. This is the general formula for alkene. Number of hydrogens twice to the number of carbons. This is butane. How can you write the structures for butane? How many structural isomers? Not geometry, not stereo. And here there are four carbons. We can write four carbons like this. Once again, you can write four carbons like this. This is in first position, this is in second position, already two isomers. And we can write here iso group, this is iso. And you have to write ene, this is the ene, this is the isobutene. Adjust the hydrogens according to the valency, tetrahedral valence of carbon. This carbon is carrying two valencies, two more to be fulfilled, CH2, already three, one more, two more, one, three more. This is what you call one butane. The second one, CH3, single bond CH, because already three bonds are there. This also carries one hydrogen, the last one, CH3. 1, 2, second position contains pi bond, so this is 2 butane, right? And in the case of iso, this is iso group, CH3 twice C is iso group, already 4 bonds are there, this carbon carries 2 groups, this is 2-methyl-2-propene, or which you call isobutane. So, write the structural isomers means these are the structural isomers, 1, 2, 3. These are the structural isomers for butane, right? Which of them exhibits geometrical isomerism? Why? And here, if you take one butane, first condition, it should contain C double bond C, right? This is the C double bond C. First condition is fulfilled. Second condition, both these sp2 carbons should be carrying two different groups. And if you take this is sp2 carbon, and if you take this sp2 carbon, it is carrying one hydrogen, other one is ethyl group. This is the group, ethyl group. Two different groups are there. And if you take this carbon, this sp2 carbon is carrying the same two groups, namely two hydrogens. And so, one is not fulfilling the second condition, and that is why one butene cannot exhibit geometrical isomerism, right? And in the case of third one, isobutene, this is the sp2 carbon which is carrying the same two groups, same two hydrogens. This is the sp2 carbon also carrying the same two groups, methyl groups. Condition is not at all fulfilled, and so this also does not exhibit geometrical isomerism, right? And in the case of 2-butene, if you take C double bond is present, okay. This is the first sp2 carbon. This is carrying one H and one CH3. So this sp2 carbon is carrying two different groups, right? And this is the second sp2 carbon. This is carrying two different groups, H and CH3. So along with the first condition, the second condition is also fulfilled. That means both the sp2 carbons are carrying two different groups, and those two different groups and both the carbons are the same. Condition is completely fulfilled. And so this can exhibit geometrical isomerism. Why means whatever conditions laid down there for the compound to exhibit geometrical isomerism, and those conditions are completely fulfilled, and that is why 2-butene exhibits geometrical isomerism. Then write the isomers. Write the isomers. Please note it. Now let us consider the geometrical isomers of 2-butene. One is cis, other one trans. You have to first write C double bond C plane. Don't forget, these two sp2 carbons will be in the same plane. And the four groups that are attached to the two sp2 carbons, along with the four groups, all will be in the same plane. The four groups and two carbons, that is nothing but the sp2 plane. And here, in the case of first carbon here, this is having two groups, CH3 and H. We can write here CH3 and then H. The second one is also carrying the same groups, and here CH3, here H. Or you can, this is what you call cis, because this is the plane, and to this plane the CH groups are the same side. So this is what you call cis. Similarly, you can write here C, CH3, H, CH3 opposite side, which becomes trans. So to this plane, the similar groups are lying on either sides, opposite sides, and so this is what you call trans. So the first one is cis 2-butene. The second one is trans 2-butene. Or on the other hand, you can write in this manner. You can write the double bond plate vertically like this. This is the plane now, don't forget. This is the CH3, this is the H. These are two different groups carried by C, sp2 carbon. Other carbon, CH3, H. And here, this is the plane, this is the plane. To this plane, CH3 groups are lying to the same side, and that is why this is called cis 2-butene. And the other one, automatically CH3, H, CH3, this is trans 2-butene, right? You can write in this manner or in that manner. Both mean only the same. Generally, the common mistake committed by the students, C double bond C, while writing this in the vertical form, CH3, CH3, H. The two CH3 groups are lying to the opposite side of the C double bond C plane. In that way they will think. Misleading. And similarly, immediately they will write as trans. Don't forget, this is not at all geometrical isomerism. Because this is the sp2 carbon carrying two similar groups. This is the sp2 carbon carrying two similar groups. This is nothing but the isobutene. That is not trans to butene. So, you may be under the wrong impression that this is the trans. Check whether the two groups attached to the sp2 carbon are different or not. This is the way you have to check. Don't mislead here. Don't be misguided. This is the way you have to recognize, and this is the way of writing the cis and trans geometrical isomers. Later you will know, of course, which is more stable and which is less stable. The cis groups are away from one each other, the bulky groups, and the repulsions are less, stability is more. In the case of cis groups are the same side, nearer to each other, repulsions are more, stability is less. In this way, you can comment that always trans geometrical isomer is slightly more stable than cis geometrical isomer. Okay? So, this is the way of thinking about the alkenes, how to write the geometrical isomers. Extension to this is the part 1 over. In the part 2 also, let us consider this as the part 1. This is the part 1 only. And we can take other examples. When one of the carbon is having different groups, other carbon is also having different groups, and in these different groups, one is common, other one is different, does it exhibit geometrical isomerism? And here one of the two sp2 carbons are carrying two different groups, other sp2 carbon is also carrying two different groups. All the four groups attached to the sp2 carbons are different. In such a situation, can it exhibit geometrical isomerism? These are the considerations you have to take whenever you explain the geometrical isomerism exhibited with C double bond C compounds. And let us discuss that part in the second part of geometrical isomerism. Okay? Thank you for your kind hearing.